How's the transition been to safety for you this spring?
It's been great. It's been super natural. I mean, Coach Bank's been like coaching me up really well, and it's been great. I've been loving it.
Did they come to you with that move, or was that something you wanted to do? I mean, how did that all play out?
Yes, sir. In the middle of the redshirt year, I actually started talking to Stu about it, and it was kind of just up in the air, especially with me like kind of gaining weight. It just kind of just came to discussion, and then started talking with Coach Bank, and eventually, we just made the switch. I'm not sure exactly when that was, but it was during the redshirt year.
In your past, did you have as much cornerback as safety experience, or was it heavy one way or the other?
No, sir. I played corner a little bit in my sophomore year in high school. Then other than that, I've always played safety.
So you feel like that's more?
Yes, sir. It's always been like a little bit more natural position for me.
What's it like working so close with Coach Banker this year, and just kind of how that's evolved?
Yes, sir. It's great working with Coach Bank, especially with him being the DC. He kind of lets you know about the whole picture, everything going on around you. And he's been coaching us up great, so it's been awesome learning from him.
Is that the biggest thing as a safety? You really got to understand how all the parts work?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's huge. They call it the quarterback of the defense. You kind of just know everything that's going on, make sure you're getting the calls and communicating with everybody.
How much does it help to have Nate back there with so much experience you can kind of turn to?
Oh, it's great. He goes right before me, so, all my questions, I always kind of bounce off him, just watch what he's doing because, he knows it like the back of his hand.
Do you have a favorite player you study or you kind of look up to, even if it's an NFL guy? Really?
I really like Patrick Peterson, Tyrann Mathieu, Bird Gang up in Arizona. But, I try to learn that all, at any opportunity I get. Whenever I watch anybody, has more experience than me, I just got to watch them and try to pick up from them.
You weren't at the position last year, but close enough with Myerson and Nate. Did you absorb some things just by being around those guys?
Yes, sir.
How they played it, how they approached it, all that stuff.
Yes, sir. And especially, just through film. Those guys were watching on film in the games last year and we're learning from. So, yes, sir, I definitely watched them and learned a lot from them.
And was it Brian Dawkins that you played for in high school, like your 7 teams of those?
Yes, sir. B-Doc was Ely's coach at his school, but I'd always go down there and work with him. So, yes, sir.
Does he still kind of talk to you guys and watch your film? I know last year he kind of looked at some of your stuff and helped you guys out a little bit.
Yes, sir. Usually we tell Ely's dad, and he sends it over to Doc, and he'll just send us a quick text like, fix this up, fix that up. And sometimes he just sends it through Ely's dad and just kind of gives us quick pointers.
So he'll watch like your huddle practice film and stuff?
Yes, sir.
You and Eric, go back to saying you feel natural there. Why Avery?
Yes, sir.
Why is that different than corner as far as what you maybe think you do?
Yes, sir. I think just me playing it throughout my whole life, it's just naturally just that space you get playing safety, being back there, and then there's that natural ability to just kind of just talk. At corner, you kind of honed in, you have a specific task. At safety, you get to be a little bit more involved in everything. You kind of get like a bird's eye view of everything. That's just a little bit more natural for me.
You and Lee have been connected because you're from Colorado, because you came in at the same time, same class. Like you just mentioned, playing not for the same high school team, but with his coach.
Yes, sir.
So has that relationship grown as you guys have been in the program for the last year? Have you gotten closer? We've gone your separate ways. How explain that?
Ely's like my brother, so we're roommates. We watch the film together all the time, even outside the stadium, in the room. So we just kind of have that natural chemistry. Then we've both been going with the twos together, so it's kind of, sometimes we kind of just look at each other and make the call without even kind of speaking type of deal. So we have great chemistry, him and I.
So